Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. You're looking at the A12 infantry tank, otherwise known as the Matilda 2. This is a tier 4 British medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of Ensk, and this one is under the command of Red Dog Alpha 1, and he's in a game with a huge number of bots, and in fact reduced numbers on top of that, so this could be quite interesting. Now he's got the 2-pounder gun, which is a squeeze bore gun. That was a Czech invention. I seem to recall the gentleman who actually designed it could actually have a shell which was actually a 30mm, was it 30mm? 40mm shell, that is, but it was squeezed down to 30mm in caliber by the barrel. And in fact it was the device at the end of the barrel, the Little John adapter, which I think I can't see at the moment. There it is. See that little thing at the end? That squeezed the shell from 40mm down to 30mm, but increased the shell velocity from about 800 meters per second. Suddenly it went up to 1200 meters per second, and it gained a huge amount of penetration. So really, virtually nothing could stand it, and it pumps out a 55 alpha with 121mm of pen and a reload time of just under, or just over 2 seconds. It looks like Red Dog Alpha 1 has got 1.9 seconds, so just under 2 seconds. But just about nothing can stand it. He can penetrate KV-1s with no problem whatsoever, turn them into Swiss cheese. Takes a lot of shots to actually take them down, but you just shovel the shells into the breach at high velocity, and the enemy tank just goes down under just the weight of fire. And this was one of the reasons why the Soviets loved the Matilda when they got hold of some from the Lend-Lease that was sent in their direction by the Arctic convoys. These tanks were popular not only because they were very tough and rugged, because they were very well built, but they also had massive armour, which meant that they could just sit there and blast away. And even German tanks, heavy tanks, and well, not heavy tanks, but most German tanks had difficulty penetrating the armour on a Matilda because it was very, very tough indeed. You can see he's already bounced 120 hit points of damage, and he's not taken any damage yet from any of the enemy tanks he's come across. That guy is a Panzer T15. It's a premium German tank, and he's not even penetrating him. But look at this T10, totally ignoring the Matilda, and he's about to be removed from the game bit by bit. And you can see it's standard ammo that Red Dog Alpha 1's using. Finally, the 10TP wakes up and realises, and that was a bot by the way, wakes up and realises that he was being taken out bit by bit. Okay, now he's going after a T34 1941. Now, that guy has got a 76mm gun, but it's one of the early 76mm, so he's no match for Matilda. He now has 5 kills. He has all the kills on his team so far. Nobody else has scored a kill. Mind you, he is with a number of bots, so the bots are having difficulty. But he's found another enemy tank. This time it's a Panzer T15. Pumps one into his rear as he disappears. Now his teammates are dying fairly rapidly, and so he does need to take control of this situation, otherwise it could end up with embarrassing loss by the enemy capping out. Oh, he's found another Panzer T15, and this one's a bot, and now he's a dead bot, and that was a Top Gun. The enemy are capping. Now the people who are capping are real players, and in fact there's a platoon of P2640s, and they're the ones who are capping at the other. In fact, they got 3 in the cap now, so he needs to move motor, otherwise he's going to lose this game. Well, he resets that P26, but he won't be able to reset the others if they're hiding. And you see they're going to hide behind the buildings now. And this tank has a maximum speed of 24 kilometers an hour unless it gets other tanks sitting behind it, running it downhill. Well, he got another reset, but he needs to get down there because the other tanks are now capping. And he's running out of teammates to run interference. Well, that's another P2640 destroyed. The platoon on the enemy team has gone down and he's now got 8 kills. Sadly, it doesn't mean he will get a Radley's because you can't get a Radley's at tier 4. But it's very fun still taking out that many tanks. I remember on one of the first videos I put up on our channel, I actually managed to get a Pools medal, or rather got 10 kills. No Pools medal though, because of course they won't let you have it. But yes, I did get 10 kills and won the battle on a windstorm map game. Oh, here we go. It's a duck. That duck doesn't like being shot at. It is an X duck. He has been cooked. Okay, now he's just going to tear these last two apart. Both bots. It looks to me like you might get all 10 kills in the game. Or is it 12 kills? Sorry, 12 kills. Hello, Mr. Panzer T15. Come here. I need you. Oh, he's just blasting away now. Come on. I need you. Yes. He killed all the enemy and got a Nadens as well. There is a certain clan that has a tier Matilda whenever they go playing online. Obviously, I'm not going to mention it, but certainly the Matilda tank at tier 4 is a hoot. And you just saw Red Dog Alpha 1 kill every enemy tank. I have to scroll the screen to see how many enemy tanks he killed. He killed 12 in that one. Yep. He got an ace tanker, a shellproofer blocking more damage exceeding the hit points of his own vehicle, a duelist taking down 2 tanks to damage him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. He got a Nathan's medal for killing all the enemy light tanks in the enemy team in the battle. It has to be at least 3, but he killed more than that. He also got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He actually got double that, 12 kills. A Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game and surviving, and a Defender for resetting the cap and getting at least 70 defense points in the process. His win rate from that one, 33,986, an absolutely phenomenal score. And this is a very fun tank to play. You won't ever see 3 marks on it because of course it's tier 4, so you don't get marks of excellence, but it's one of those tanks that most people will play and just blast away at the enemy because it's so much fun. We can see Red Dog Alpha 1 got 3,245 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer only had 1,416. That was an M8A1 on the enemy team. Their P2640 managed 1,276. Their other, the AMX40, the Duck, got 1,225. And the other P2640, 1,153. Yes, so definitely scored more damage, more than twice the damage of the next enemy tank. When it came to kills, he scored 12. Yes, he killed all the enemy team. Nobody was left. No Pulse medal, as I said, because they won't award it. But he has the satisfaction of knowing that he has taken down an entire team. The next highest scorer was the P2640, or one of them got 4 kills. The Duck got 3. And when it came to base XP, he got 1,541. The next highest being the P2640, oh no it wasn't, it was the Matilda on his own team who managed 472. That was a real human. Unfortunately, he died. But the next one after that was the P2640 who got 466. Red Dog Alpha 1 fired 80 rounds in that game, all of them standard armor piercing. 71 direct hits on the enemy and 66 penetrations. It's got fantastic penetration, this gun. 3,245 hit points of damage, of which 122 were done at more than 300 meters. 14 hits received. Of those, only 2 penetrated, 12 non-penetrations, and 945 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 12, killed 12, and got 100 defense points, resetting the cap. On a premium count, he earned 50,793 credits for the battle, 72,619 for holding ops, 123,412 credits altogether. After repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 119,532 credits profit, 2,311 XP, and no multipliers because he'd already won in the day. And so that's all he took away, 2,311. But he killed the entire team. Yes, there were bots, but there were some real players in there as well. As you can see from the team score, there was 5 real players on either side, but he still killed all the real players as well. So very well done there to Red Dog Alpha 1, just having a bit of a joyride around the map in the Matilda. It is a laugh, it's a hoot. This is a brilliant tank. If you ever see the thing in real life, you'd look at it and say, wow, it's quite a tank. It's an old design because they started work on it in 1936 and 1938. But by 1943, August 1943, they built 2,987 of them, and they served in every theatre of World War II. The Australian theatre, the Australians built them as well. In fact, the Australians are still keeping a number of these running every day. They're used as farm tools by some farmers, and they are very, very solid machines. They're going to last for ages. In fact, even when the insects take over, they'll probably marvel and say, oh, that's a fantastic tank. Although they might have trouble driving it. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.